So we created, again, Marcel was involved in this with a bit of brainstorming. But what we want to do with our event is we want to make an impact locally, minimize our environmental impact as we've done throughout the event with all the sustainable initiatives that I've put out on our sustainability charter that we publish every year. Glass bottles, for example, no delegate bags, no printed materials, handmade stands that were made here that will be recycled at the end of the event. All of those little touches. But what we like to do is make a local impact. So we've talked about the outreach that we did. And sometimes it's very tempting. You get approached the conference organizer, can our students come? And you just give 50 passes. But those students walk in and they don't know what to do. They don't have a role. They're not quite sure. So what we did with the outreach is we take the event to them and they have a dedicated, the guys that went on Wednesday actively got involved in shaping their careers and giving them some ideas. And that's way more valuable than them just sitting here without a role necessarily. All the sessions will be available on YouTube, so they can watch them back if they're interested. But then what we do is we run an ambassador program. So this is a competitive process, everything always is. And I have two amazing judges. So we work with NATA to identify some young aviators that, and we pose a particular question to them. They have to submit a 2-minute selfie video to me by a certain date, and then I send that to two amazing people, Marcel Langerschlag from NARCO and Rafilwe Ledwaba from Girls Fly Africa, who many of you will know. She's not with us this week because she's flying. She's getting back into her piloting. But we then mark them independently, and then we meet together, we look at the spreadsheet, and we work out what's the mean score, and then we have a bit of a conversation, and we select. This year, we have selected 2 ambassadors. Now, what those ambassadors get to do is they become members of our team for the whole week. That means they dress like us, we put them up in the hotel, they go to all the events, they're treated just like every other delegate, and we really want them to be part of this community going forward. And we don't obviously just want free labor either. So what we've been doing since 2018 is we've been doing this program. And what I would like to do is just roll a video just to show you a bit of the history of the AviaDev Ambassador Program. So please, if we can just put the video on. So these guys will always be our alumni. They will always be part of the AviaDev team. And the 3 you saw at the end were the 3 that were with us in Kenya last year. So as you saw, Arnold is now in full-time employment with Swissport at Jomo Kenyatta. So when you see him, you can say hi. Ashley is a student of mine at Coventry University, where I'm a lecturer. And Elizabeth is studying still, where she's got a little bit longer to go before she qualifies, but she wants to be an aerospace engineer. So this is what we want. And what we've done for this session is we've handpicked 2 Namibian pilots for you. So, you know, we know you guys are pulling for them. They're understandably a little bit nervous, okay? But it's going to be a fantastic opportunity, and they're going to come to the stage now. Susie's going to play them on, and we've got going to listen to the next generation. They're going to answer this question. Let's hear from the next generation what their solutions are. So, Susie, and then a big round of applause as the ambassadors make their way on.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you all to this year's AviaDev conference. It's an honor to have such a distinguished gathering of professionals and enthusiasts from the aviation industry. First and foremost, I would like to extend a special thanks to John Howell, CEO of AviaDev. John, your vision and leadership have been instrumental in making this event a premier platform for aviation stakeholders across Africa and the globe. I would also like to acknowledge a warmly welcome to all our esteemed guests and who have joined us today. Your presence here underscores the importance and collaborations and innovation in driving the future of aviation. Furthermore, I would like to extend our gratitude to NATA, Namibian Aviation Training Academy, our outreach partner, and our host, Namibia Airports Company. Furthermore, together we are poised to explore new horizons, share insight, and foster meaningful connection that will propel our industry forward. Thank you all for being here, and let's make this conference a memorable and productive experience. My name is Tuli Shivute, and the beautiful lady that's seated there, she's my fellow ambassador, Kaereho. We are excited to discuss how the aviation sector in Africa can achieve rapid growth while prioritizing environmental sustainability. The aviation industry is a vital economic development in Africa, connecting people and businesses across the continent and the world. However, as we expand, it's crucial to balance growth with environmental responsibilities. 1. Content and trends in African aviation. First, let's look at the current trends in Africa. African aviation is experiencing a significant growth. Passenger traffic is increasing, new airlines are entering the market. However, this growth brings challenges, including the need for more modern infrastructure and sustainability practices. 2. Sustainable practices and innovation. To address sustainability, one major focus is sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, can reduce carbon emission up to 80% compared to the traditional jet fuel. Several African airlines are beginning to explore and invest in these alternatives. 3. Infrastructure and regulatory support. Infrastructure is another critical area. Developing modern green airports with efficient energy use, waste management systems, water conservation measures can significantly reduce the environmental impact of aviation operations. Let's look at some case studies. Ethiopian Airlines has been a leader in adopting sustainable practices, including the use of more efficient aircraft and exploring SAF options. Their efforts have not only reduced their carbon footprint, but also set a benchmark for other African airlines. Additionally, Namibia is making a significant strides with its recent discovery of oil and its ambitious hydrogen project. These developments provide an opportunity for Namibia to invest in green hydrogen as a sustainable aviation fuel source. By harnessing these resources, Namibia could become a leader in sustainable aviation fuels in production, benefiting the entire African aviation sector. Aircraft are another exciting development. They promise to enhance efficiency, safety, while reducing operational costs. As technology advances, Africa has the opportunity to become a leader in this field by adopting these innovations early. In conclusion, the African aviation has immense potential for growth. By embracing sustainable practices and innovative technologies, we can ensure this growth is environmental responsible. On a personal note, I want to share a bit of my own journey. I hold a private pilot license, and like many aspiring pilots in Africa, I have faced significant challenges in securing sufficient funds to continue my training and obtain a commercial pilot's license. This personal experience underscores the importance of creating opportunities and investing in the future of aviation in Africa. When I first took to the skies, I felt a profound sense of freedom and possibility. However, financial barriers that I and many others face threaten to the ground these dreams. It's not just about technology and infrastructure, it's also about people and their aspirations. By fostering an environment where young pilots, engineers, innovators have the resources and support they need, we can ensure that the skies remain open to all who dare to dream. Thank you very much. My name is Tuli Shivute.
Mamuharitho Noa, which directly translates to good afternoon in English. Thank you so much, Tuli, for honoring all the enthusiasts, all the aviation enthusiasts here. My name is Unoviua, Kaereho, as you've heard from Tuli. I am also a pilot, but I'm a student pilot. Apart from that, I am a communication student at the Unoviua University of Science and Technology. I'm honored to stand before you today as an ambassador for the Aviation Development Africa 2024 to discuss a topic that is not only crucial for our countries or for our industry's future, but deeply personal to me. How can the aviation sector in Africa ensure a rapid pace of growth, whilst also prioritizing environmental sustainability? As a Namibian final year in my bachelor's degree in communications and as a passionate student pilot, I have witnessed firsthand the challenges and opportunities that lie before us. The aviation sector is a powerful driver of economic growth and connectivity, mainly in Africa, where vast distances and diverse landscapes make air travel indispensable. However, this growth must be balanced with a responsibility to our environment. The question is, how can we maintain or achieve this balance? Well, firstly, we must recognize that the growth and sustainability are not mutually exclusive. In the words of the renowned environmentalist Wangari Maathai, and I quote, "We need to promote development that does not destroy our environment," unquote. With this mindset, we can adopt innovative technologies that reduce our carbon footprint. For instance, in investing in more fuel-efficient aircraft and exploring sustainable aviation fuels can significantly lower emissions. Additionally, implementing advanced air traffic management systems can optimize flight paths, reducing fuel consumption and emissions. Secondly, collaboration is key. Governments, industry stakeholders, and environmental organizations must work together to create and enforce policies that encourage sustainable practices. The African Union and regional bodies like the African Civil Aviation Commission can play pivotal roles in setting continent-wide standards, fostering cooperation among nations. As we strive for sustainability, we must also address the financial challenges faced by students in the aviation sector. Education and training are the cornerstones of our industry's future. However, the financial burdens on students, many of whom are self-funded like myself, can be overwhelming. The journey to becoming a pilot, an engineer, any other aviation professional is a long and expensive one. To relieve this burden, we need more bursaries and scholarships from aviation companies. Having had a conversation with Tuli just a few minutes ago, he did mention that there were opportunities for bursaries, but in conversation I picked up that the affirmative action wasn't applied during the selection of whoever got the bursaries, and I would like to emphasize on the aviation, or on the affirmative action rather. Also to moving on, companies can also establish programs that not only cover tuition fees, but also provide stipends for living expenses. By investing in the education of our future workforce, these companies are also investing in the future of the industry. Moreover, partnerships between educational institutions and the industry can lead to the creation of internship programs that provide practical experiences while alleviating financial strain. Such initiatives not only help students financially, but also ensure that they graduate with skills and experience needed to excel in the industry. As we look forward to the future, we must remember the words of David Attenborough, and I quote, "The truth is, the natural world is changing, and we are totally dependent on that world. It provides our food, water, and air. It is the most precious thing that we have, and we need to defend it," unquote. Our growth must not only come at the expense of our planet. By embracing sustainable practices and supporting the next generation of aviation professionals, we can ensure a thriving, resilient, and environmentally responsible aviation sector in Africa. In closing, the aviation sector in Africa holds tremendous potential for growth. By embracing sustainable technologies, fostering partnerships, supporting students financially, and educating future aviators, we can ensure that this growth is not only rapid, but also environmentally responsible. As we look to the skies, let us remember that our duty is not only to reach new heights, but to do so in a way that respects and preserves our beautiful planet. Thank you.
Wow. So I had not heard any of this. They prepared this completely in isolation, and I think it was absolutely incredible. So thank you to Uno and to Tuli for doing it, and for taking that first step and that incredible initiative to actually submit the video. And I think the big point here is, if there's anybody in the room with any opportunities, these guys have already shown they've taken the first step. They've made that initiative. They've just done this. We're now going to turn this into a YouTube video. Any job applications, they can use this to showcase just what amazing people they are. And they've been incredible support for all of our team this week. And I think they've hopefully had a great time. So thank you, Uno. Thank you, Tuli. We'll let you leave the stage now. We'll get a photo later. Thank you so much.